Good afternoon. This is tutorial number 2. In terms of the Florimond application to universities procedure, meeting number 2, the most important outcome of meeting number 2 is that we make a final decision about which university, which course at which university you would most like to succeed in applying to. The way that we can do this in an intelligent and informed way is by looking at what the university says about that course. And there are two useful things that I would like to tell you as you focus in more narrowly. Having done your research more widely, you focus your research, you look in detail at the particular university and more specifically the course at that university that you are most interested in. And so the objective of my tutorial this afternoon is simply to help you do that where the information is not provided by me already. You can see that I have my browser open at the Premiere Pack. Okay, you already created your transcript using the procedures outlined in the previous tutorial and the documents available in dossier number 1. You can see that there are two more very important folders here. The second one is called subject information, and the third one is called personal statement, examples and advice. So we are interested in seeing what that university course description says about what you will be learning. What does that university see as economics at LSE? What does that involve? In this folder, you can see that there are many different subject names. For instance, marketing. Let's imagine that you are particularly interested in marketing, and happy chance, you have decided that marketing at Durham University is your dream course. At Durham, every single element of the marketing course description corresponds with your strengths and your ambitions. And you can see that, very fortunately, somebody else at Florimond has already applied for this course. And so we're going to open up the description, the simplified description of the course that's been created by me or by the student. We'll open it up in Google Docs because that will enable us to save this and use it as the basis for our personal statement. I open it up in Google Docs. As usual, Google Drive takes a few moments to convert it from one format to another. But now we have the view taken from the Durham Marketing webpage. This is how Durham, the people who teach the course, see their program. You can see that there are lots of words here, such as they take an interdisciplinary approach. What does that mean? Of course, you will have to Google anything you don't understand. To work in an interdisciplinary way is, if you're in the back program, it's what you're doing in the TPE. You're combining different subjects as different ways of looking at solving a problem. So you might be using economics and biology, let's say, to examine a particular problem. Or you may be combining art and history, which I suppose are closer subjects, but still they're separate subjects at school. So that's what interdisciplinary means. So you know that in your personal statement, you're going to have to show how you have already worked in an interdisciplinary way. You're going to have to think and show that you have thought about what the benefits were of studying a particular problem, trying to solve a problem, tackling a research question by using not only the insights from one academic subject, but also the approaches and methods of another academic subject. That might be one of the things you want to stress in your personal statement. But you can see there are quite a few more words, and there's no way that in one personal statement you'll be able to address all of these. What are these words? Psychology, sociology, anthropology, philosophy. Well, if you didn't know what anthropology was, you need to check that now and be able to say why that is of particular interest to you or why it is not of particular interest to you in your personal statement, but in the first place in discussion with me. You can see that economics is involved. You can see that they look at such things as strategy, consumer behavior, branding, market research, and communications. Now, as I've already said, I repeat, you do not have to show that you have done all these things already, but you should be able to demonstrate in your personal statement interest in a detailed way in some of these concepts. Perhaps in your stage at the end of seconde, you got the opportunity to work with somebody who was looking at branding, and maybe you have to get in contact with that person and have a more detailed conversation. Maybe you have to find the top iTunes podcast on branding. Who are the greatest leaders in the field of branding in the world, working for Caterpillar, Dior, or whoever? Make sure you look through the whole of the course description and put in bold any of the key words. Research, analysis, investigation. You will need to use one or two of these three words. The business world, the management organization of business. If I ask you during one of our meetings, what can you tell me about how businesses are organized? Which are the most effective ways of organizing a business? Which are the least effective? How do you know? Can you give me examples? Then I will expect you to be able to respond intelligently and knowledgeably to that question. If you cannot respond to that question, it suggests that you are not taking the process of application to that particular course seriously. What can you tell me about the global economy? How has it changed? What are the factors that lead to its evolution? What can you tell me about the psychology of decision making? Again, you don't have to know huge amounts about these things. It's unlikely that you've studied them at school, but I will expect you to know what you know and what you don't know, and to be taking steps to inform yourself about key aspects of the course, in this case, Durham Marketing, in which you claim such an interest that you are planning to apply. I'll provide a further tutorial in a few moments that shows you what to do when the course description has not been put into précis form on the Florimond Google Drive Premiere Pack. Thanks for listening.